2 years ago, I yawned really big, and my jaw went out on the left side. And it was very painful. It scared the bejesus out of me, and it was very painful then to get it back in. It took me quite a while to get it to go back in. So it scared me. So I went to first I went to an emergency place, and they said, well, you need to go see your dentist. So I made an appointment with him, and he sent me to a specialist in TMJ. And so he did a series of evaluations and then made a splint for my lower teeth, which I was to wear. And it did help, but there was nothing but just the evaluation and then the splint. So I wore that for a while, during all 24 hours a day, and then just at night. That helped, but then the pain was still there. So so I went back. I had a new dentist. My other dentist retired. I went to a new dentist, and he said, well, he sent me back to the same specialist. This guy is the best in the field and stuff. So I went back to him. He did more evaluations, said, well, we should go to the next level, which was raising the level of all my bottom teeth by 2 millimeters or 2 centimeters or whatever. It's a very small amount, but still all my bottom teeth. And maybe orthodonture. And neither one of them were going to be necessarily effective. They weren't sure whether they would help or not, but this was their suggestion, his suggestion. So my dentist said, well, based on that and based on the fact that you're in so much pain and you can't even open your mouth very far, I don't want to do any of that because it would be too painful for you. And besides, we're not even sure it's going to be effective.
Now, did you think that your jaw had gone back in place after this? Did you feel that it was back in place, or did you still feel that it was sort of out at that
No, I felt it was back in place, but it would come out.
It would come out. So
after that, too, so on several occasions.
So it was a little bit unstable. So
yes.
It come out, it's like dislocating a shoulder or something like that.
Yes.
You have a tendency for it to dislocate several times after that until it completely heals. Okay?
Yes, yes.
All right.
So after both of them said they didn't, their suggestions were these things, but they didn't necessarily know that whether they would help or not.
Couldn't guarantee that, right?
Couldn't guarantee it.
Okay.
And it was very expensive. So I went online and started researching TMJ, and I found Dr. Frager, and I started coming to him, and within 2 to 3 weeks the pain had dissipated considerably. And this is my 7th week. And it's completely gone unless you hit pressure points, and very livable. I mean, because I used to wake up in the middle of the night with pain and not be able to sleep and all those kind of things. And this has been a godsend, really.
So this is 2 years of pain. So it had been 2 years since your original injury. You had pain since, and it only took a couple weeks, and that pain was gone after 2 years of having the pain.
Yes.
And now you're probably gone, except for sounds like some trigger points that you're still working on in regards to that.
And what I love about his treatment is that it's comprehensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's, a variety of things that you do here in the office and at home, and so I've learned the things to do at home, so if I'm feeling a bit stressed or whatever, then I know where to go and massage and relieve the stress and the tension.